As you can see, this year we're creating a video for the end of the year to share amongst all of our team members. Before we go on to this, I want to talk to you about what we're going to do. We're going to go through and meet some of the team members and then have a quick overview of Macvad. Macvad, who is it? What do we do? In a nutshell, Macvad, we are paid to think. We are paid to work on behalf of our customers and behalf of our suppliers, to think on behalf of both to make it happen. And that's what we do a bloody good job of doing. So let's keep it up. We're going to meet some of the team players in this video. We're going to go through and see some of the results that some people have done. But all in all, what I want to really get across is we are a great team and we're going to get only better. So come meet some of the team. Cheers.
Hi, I'm Dave Thompson, CFO for Macvad Group. Stru's asked me to arrange for me to sit in front of this camera to discuss what my role is in the group, or I guess particularly what a Chief Financial Officer does. Well, I guess firstly I'd like to acknowledge and thank my team, the finance team who assist me. Without them I'd be toast. And that includes the people in the wider group that help, the wholesale team, those based at Arido, Topline, Titex, and in the overseas offices as well, those that have got finance and admin responsibilities. I guess our role is to ensure the integrity and the accuracy of the group's financial results. My part in that, I guess, is to oversee the teams and also look after the wider risk management for the group. So to that end, I maintain the relationships with the external accountants, the bankers, the lawyers, the insurers. Since I joined Macvad in 2006, I guess we've grown a lot. We're now a global business. We've got offices in 7 countries around the world, and that brings complexities with it. I guess which that includes sort of the distance and the time zones. It also means we're dealing with 7 different tax and legal jurisdictions, and we have to comply with all those. And we deal in a lot of multiple currencies. So we're dealing in US, Australian, Canadian, Euro, RMB, Rand, Pounds, and of course New Zealand dollars. And everything needs to get translated back to the New Zealand dollars for group reporting purposes. So there's a little bit to juggle there. And so we have to handle the complexities that comes with. We've grown to be I suppose a significant group revenue-wise, approaching 150 million now. So obviously it's a lot of volume that we need to deal with transactionally, and so everyone's got to play their part in that. Objectives going forward, I guess, is for us all to make more money and to enjoy doing so. My mantra, I guess, has always been about margin as opposed to gross revenue, so let's all make more margin. On a personal level, to play more golf. Now that my kids are just bonding with my bank account as opposed to me, that gives me the opportunity to play more golf. And Stru's given me Wednesday afternoons. It's part of my deal to sit in front of this camera. No. Enjoy the Christmas function and the festive season. Yep, and the shots are on Jason. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Andy McLoone. Oh, crap.
Okay.
Should we start again? Hi, I'm Andy McLoone, Director of Operations at Macvad. I've been with Macvad 17 years, although my first working experience in Macvad was when I was 10 years old, sorting samples for my father, the founder of Macvad. I currently oversee the operations, which encompasses the IT systems development and software development, also the non-sales services, so factory accreditation, shipping, documentation, merchandiser support. It's quite a diverse portfolio of roles that sort of come under the services. Oh, crap. Okay, my goals over the coming year is firstly the modernisation of Bounty, which is the streamlining and refinement of the processes so that we can truly deliver globalised order management, and also refine the reporting so that we make doing a more complicated job simpler. My other focus is the factory compliance and corporate risk element, which is becoming so important to our customers. It's going to be a four-step process of making people aware of what corporate responsibility means, making the information visible in our system, and getting compliance from our factories, and then promoting those factories that are compliant.
Christmas wish.
Oh crap. Fuck, did I get that wrong too? We've come to the end of a calendar year, and I wish you and your families all the best.
Right.
Hi there team, my name's Jason Tolley. I've been with Macvad for just coming up for 13 years now. I spent 2 years here training in Auckland before I went to Sydney in 2003 to open our office over there. I lived across there for 9 years. I moved back here to Auckland at the end of 2011 and plan on being here for the rest of my living days. My days are now filled working with our teams in Australia, the UK, USA, here, and also here in New Zealand. I also shouldn't forget Mark and Sam and Romy, who are all part of our burgeoning Macvad USA team, but based here in Auckland. The main focus for Australia, the UK and the USA is our brilliant client LD Stores, which therefore makes LD Stores my main focus as well. Most of you will know who Home ID is, but for those of you who don't, that's our home textiles team. They're responsible for making sure that all Kiwis have towels to dry themselves with and sheets to put on their beds at night. 2013 has been a huge year for all of the teams. For the Australian and UK team, they've both grown their sales significantly with LD this year. The USA team has opened their own office in Chicago, Illinois, and Home ID has also had a very strong year, including a great month, probably the highlight, in July, where they booked $2 million worth of sales for the first time in 12 years. My key goals for 2014 are very simple. The first key goal and focus is our people. I'll continue to work and train with our people, recognising the fact that without great people we can't shoot for the stars. My second goal is to work with the overseas teams to fulfil the untapped potential that we have with LD in all of the countries that they operate in. Along with that, Struan's been champing at the bit to move to Slovenia and set up an office there. You have been champing at the bit to move to Slovenia.
I don't even know where it is.
But my feeling is that it's baby steps at this stage, one step at a time, but we'll keep Strua in mind for that role when it comes up. I also look forward to working with Tracy and the Home IT team to bring on 1 or 2 significant new customers next year. So like I said, team, 2014 is going to be a huge year for us. So happy end of year celebrations for everybody. Enjoy the time with your friends and family, and we'll see you back here next year.
Hi, today I'm with Peter McClune, one of the founders of McDonald Vadco, which is now the Macvad Group. And Peter, I'd like to talk to you about just what you think is important in being a good agent.
Honesty and direct.
Right? What do you mean by direct?
Well, direct is straight up to as far as your principles and your customers are concerned.
What do you mean with regard to respect, with regard to suppliers?
Well, you're representing them.
Yes.
And so you must have confidence in them.
Yes.
And with confidence comes respect.
Excellent, excellent. And then with your buyers, what do you think?
Similar.
Very similar, very similar.
Yeah.
And when you started off, Pete, there was no emails. What did you start off with?
Cables.
What's a cable, Pete?
It was a sort of, you had to type it out and send it through the post office.
Broadly, what sort of product were you buying?
Textile piece goods.
And you've seen a lot of change, but do you think all the principles are the same in the company?
Well, I think so, generally, yes.
That's great. Anything else you'd like to add, Pete?
I think it's been a great company. We've had wonderful staff over the years,
Yes.
and I think we've always supported them, and hopefully we'll carry on.
We will. Well done. Okay, guys, let's go through this presentation. Okay, the first team is the China team, who've done a fantastic job this year. As you can see this year, see them having their cake that they had in August after delivering an enormous number of orders which were shipped. And then with the merchandise team is really becoming a huge string to our bow. Well done, team. The next is UK, and you can see them celebrating, and they have every right to celebrate. These guys are exceeding budget. They are setting themselves up really well for next year, and it's great to see this team growing. Well done. Arido, a brilliant growth with Arca Steel, with over 30% growth year on year for this year. There have been consistent sales with farmers and with the warehouse, and well done cracking that new customer in Australia. Tytex, another great year from the team at Tytex. They really are a wonderful support team for other companies, as well as being a very good independent company. The Tytex team have won another 7-year contract with Spotless, which was a huge effort to actually put this in place, and really am enjoying seeing how the actual team is getting very established. Urban Leisure. Urban Leisure is a bit like Bob the Builder. Can they make a solar-powered bike that cuts grass with hanging decorations and can sharpen pencils at the same time? Yes, they can. This team really has had a fantastic year of cementing very good relationships with its customers, as well as developing new international agencies. This team, the sky is the limit. Next, we're off to Africa. We're actually in Johannesburg, South Africa. This team has really grown a heck of a lot from last year, when it was just standalone Guido. We have got a huge plan for next year. They've got the office, they've got the systems, they're ready to go. It's going to be a fantastic year for next year. Well done, Team South Africa. Next is Team Canada. Canada has done a fantastic job with its customers, getting very established. In fact, one customer has closed its own direct sourcing office to use us as their chosen company. The team has really worked hard this year, and I'm really impressed with where they are and where they're going for next year. Our next team is Team USA. Team USA has been working extremely hard now that it's got an office set up in Chicago. It is really servicing our one customer there very well. The team in New Zealand that are supporting them are working really well to get it, and we're all thinking it's going to be a very good year next year. You might even see that they actually only stopped once this year to look at the America's Cup, and then they kept on going. Well done, Team USA. Our next team is Team Home ID. Home ID have done a fantastic job of changing their business model. They aren't just doing the core basic lines that we were doing many years ago. Now we're doing fashion, we're doing storyboards, we're building up a whole ranges for customers, and are doing a fantastic job of it. This is a great way of adding value and not just relying just on price. Well done, Team Home ID. Propel. Yet another busy year for this team. We have won the Merino business for 2014, which is a huge effort. Incidentally, we have done $9.6 million worth of merino garments since the year 2008. That's a lot of sheep. And as well as that, the commercial part of Propel has worked really well, growing very well, and our garments can be seen in lots of places all over. For example, banks through to fast food chains. Well done, team. Top line. When I think about top line, we think that all the ducks are getting lined up in a row for the team in top line. They really have had a great year of consolidation, putting things together, getting it all ready with new agencies and with a whole new look. It looks fantastic, and I believe it's going to be a fantastic year next year for top line. Once again, Urban Trends has been consistent and exceeding budgets. It delivers results year on year on year, and I can't stress enough how fantastic that is for the group. This team has worked hard. There's been a lot of changes. There's been a lot of pressures put on them, but they have once again exceeded expectations. Well done, Urban Trends. Next we have Macvad Australia. Now I've got to stress, this team has had a hard year this year. We have lost a major customer, and they have stood up to this challenge and really worked their butts off. During the year, we had a major issue with one product line. It was hard work, but the whole team helped and made us get through this, which could have been a disaster. It was a huge, big team effort. Well done, Team Australia. The design team have had an addition this year. We've had Louise join us in our Sydney office. This is fantastic for support for the Sydney team and others with regard to getting faster turnaround for our customers. Well done, Louise. And who could not forget our design team in New Zealand, doing a fantastic job and really are, once again, our string to our bow. We need you guys so badly. You're doing a fantastic job. Next, we move to IT and finance. This is the heart of the whole company. They are like athletes. They are the blood that runs through our veins. You're doing a fantastic job, guys. Often we underestimate all the work you're putting in, and we really do appreciate it. Thank you. Next, we go to 0800. Oki, it's sad to see you go. You've been a real strength to our company and have proven that the 0800 system really works for us as a group. Paul, you've got big steps that I'm sure you can handle, but Oki, once again, thank you. Then there's Lorna. Lorna would get Receptionist of the Year award without a doubt. She does a fantastic job for the group. She is wonderful in reception. Everyone always feels very welcome, and thank you very much, Lorna. Moving places. Team, just an update. This year we've had 2 people that have moved to different companies within the Macvad group. We've had Christian move from UK to New Zealand, and that's been a big effort with him from quite a lot of time away from his family. And then Nicole has gone over to the South African team and has helped support them. Thank you for your commitment, guys. Hey team, it's been a busy year, but we still managed to have a bit of fun. Examples of this is the Australian team for the Melbourne Cup Day, which is like a religion to the Australian community. Dress up. Sadly, we still dress up quite a lot in the office. This is Greg, and there's no real comment to make about this. No real comment to make about Neil in his chair. Brad from Canada, typical Brad. Luke from South Africa had a good trip through China. Mid-year Christmas party was a lot of laughs. Some of the drawings that were made are not for the public. I'm sorry. It's been a busy year for babies this year. In 2013, Yao, Claire, Michelle, Maya, Giovanna and Lisa have all had babies. Congratulations, guys. It's great to see. Now we would like to recognise 5 stars that have had 10 years with the Macvad Tech Group. Charles, Mel, Hamish, Josie and Emma have all been with us for over 10 years now. Thank you, guys. Well done. And then we have 4 team members that have been with us for over 12 years. Mary has been with us for 19 years, Yvonne 16 years, Rebecca for 11 years, and Amy for 14 years. Hey team, great effort. Thank you. And then there is Teresa. Teresa has been with Macvad for 25 years. Macvad really appreciates everything you've done, Teresa. In recognition, you're going to get a trip around the world for this. But we also want to just say a huge thank you. And then there's Peter McClune, who is a founder of the company, has been with us for 52 years. Pete will not be getting a trip around the world, but Pete, we're all individually and as a group very grateful to you. Thanks, Pete.